Cancer and Mimosa people. So I have pre-laid your cards, and I'll just let you know what they're about so you can see if this feels like it might pertain to you. I mean, obviously more will come out in the reading, but what we've got going on here is a very interesting groping around for intuition, and a sort of sense that there are more than one path to take. And right at the end, there is still a little bit of confusion because you're on this mythic quest where your laser beam is split. So I'm going to clarify that for you when we get there, but if that relates to anything you're feeling at the moment. And this is your card from the Native Spirit Oracle, Storyteller. So maybe it's something to do with the stories that you tell yourself. Let's just bear that in mind as we dive in. I like that. That's interesting. That will add a new element to this. So what we see initially of you is how you are on the inside. You're this beautiful Empress. I love that. Well, who doesn't love the Empress? She's resplendent, she's creative, she generates, she looks after, she is comfortable, she's in nature, she's in a beautiful, beautiful space. It could be talking about your status as a mother. And when we look at how that makes you act on the outside, there is some confusion about how to offer your love. So this Two of Swords is the minor to the High Priestess. And it's just interesting because you come from such an internally strong place, but all of that love is finding it quite difficult to land because you seem to have at least two options with these swords that are getting really heavy of where to plant that love, where to give this offer. And it's interesting that the Storyteller card is there. It's the knight with his Grail cup is very sort of indicated in storytelling. And the idea of the Lancelot and the Arthurian myths. So you're really wonderful at weaving a truth, or you tell these truths. Maybe you've got that particularly, that some people are sort of word magicians. Maybe the way that you tell your truths or your stories is so generative that it leaves you a little tongue-tied because you're aware of how powerful your words are. There's something about that, I think, here, because in the root of the reading we have the Three of Pentacles, how you work well with other people, how you cooperate to build worlds is the way I'm saying it. Like with your stories, how they build worlds. I mean, it could be that you tell stories in social media or strategy or something, or you could be far more mystical than that and be telling stories that change worlds, that allow people to open up to perceptions. I find that very exciting, and I could see how you would take it very seriously where you put those stories. In the recent past, we see the High Priestess, who is the major to that Two of Swords in the way that you're acting. So you've been delving deep, deep, deep into your deep knowledge and understanding of things. It's not so much knowledge as sort of intuitive, deep wisdom. And she's got the moon at her feet. What else is sticking out to me today? These two palm fronds or pieces of leaves either side of her ears on the piece of fabric almost look like lanterns or speakers. I guess because I'm thinking about storytelling. What your intuition projects to other people. This has been starting to come online if it's not something that you already are attached to. It's a sense that you are starting to be able to delve deep. Maybe you're doing something similar to this. Maybe you tell tarot stories. Maybe you use another form of divination or astrology, and it feels like recently your ears have been open and there's a sort of, and now you're projecting that truth out into the world. Amazing. And where a potential outcome is that you have found something you absolutely love, you stick to it and you tend it, and you nurture this Grail cup that we see you unsure as to where to put in the previous, in your external attitude, in the Knight of Cups. Now you're tending it. You're not offering it, you're tending it. But of course the Queen of Cups is a wonderful, loving, caring person. And in this particular deck, I can see her foot on a red stone, and I can see how the white hand is not coloured in, that holds the Grail cup. So it's as if you're not quite sure what to do with it yet, where you're going to put it. Coming up in the near future, you're worrying about stability and taking care of people. And again, I just pick up this enormous anxiety around understanding how powerful your tales are, your stories are, maybe just to your friends, to your family, maybe on a larger context. And this worry that's coming up in the future is as if you're saying, it's funny, a community ambulance just went by. You're worried about hurting your community or not being able to heal your community properly with your stories, because the King of Pentacles takes care of everybody and makes everything very safe. And I think you have suddenly realized how powerful this narrative is that you've got, and so therefore you need to be super responsible with it. In your attitude, the judgment, this moment of revelation where I think you do realize you're almost a word magician, sorceress. If you don't relate to that kind of slightly mystical version of things, it might be that you just realize when you talk, people listen, and that you might have a friend who's requiring quite a lot of help, or a child, and you're aware that the narrative that you now build with them is so important. You're laying down foundations for them, or even for yourself. This could be about the way that you talk to yourself, but we did have the Mother card in your internal, so I sort of feel it's to do with how you mother and tend to everything around you, or how you mother and tend to yourself. So, and there's a revelation inside. You know, you might have suddenly realized that doing a gratitude journal for 6 months has made a vast difference, or your morning pages. Although I did that, I do love them, but I did that and I burnt them all. A story for another day. Because I think if you are a bit of a wordsmith, you don't want to hold on to anything that's not entirely positive. So your awareness of the power of your words, internally and externally, on the way that they affect what you tend to in yourself and in others. Do you see those pigeons? I love that. I could really feel the wind. And just as we're getting to this lovely Knight of Swords, so this is your hopes and fears. So like those birds that just flew past me with such direction, you want to be able to dive in and make some change. You want to be able to use your intellect to create action that will give a reward. And with and you are also frightened about how active and incisive this intellect is. We usually say he says 70% chance of success, but there's a fear around action with these words. And then in your outcome, we have initially this lack of clarity. And as the reading has unfolded, what I feel is it's almost sometimes easier to stay in a kind of moment of fogginess, almost semi-deliberately, like being very messy, or it's a bit sort of Columbo. If your words are very diffuse and a little bit dissembling and not very, you're like what I'm doing now. If you're not incredibly clear with them, then you don't release this weapon of these words. And so, and also you're so there's a part of you that you will be not wanting to sort of pick a story metaphorically, but also part of you will be confused at the end of this reading as to how to go forward on this mythic quest, where we see this magician type character who can control the sphinxes without reins and drive forward with the stars at his head telling him exactly where he needs to go. And you are confused at this moment as to how to take this power forward. So let's get some capping on this reading. So we're going to take one Enchanted Forest card initially. Let's just grab that. Well, we've got two here. We've got the Lovers and the Huntsman, so two majors. It's sort of saying to me at a glance, this is this is your reason in life, and you can be a safe and true custodian. Let's see what the little book says. Where is it? Here. I've got a pigeon just turned up and cooing at me now. That's lovely. So the lovers, let's have a look. Wow, all the birds are going crazy. There's the crow. Love, passion, life choices. So it is a choice. You've got to take this choice. This is what they're saying. Take this choice and belief in love's destiny. So on a hot summer's day, with the scent of wild honeysuckle casting its drowsy spell, a pair of lovers rests in the shade. They sing together in pleasing harmony. Talks all about how their love is out of legend. Enduring, encompassing, internal. It's like one of those wonderful love stories that you get in Arthurian legend. Come what may, the lovers face their challenges side by side as equals. Both wear archery braces at their wrists and their bows close to hand. But in this moment, there's only peace in the world, in all the world, in each other's, and all the world is in each other's eyes. Beautiful. This card is not about trifling romance. This card represents true partnership, the life choices and sacrifices that come with commitment. Through lovers shown here, though the lovers shown here are a man and woman, soulmates find each other in every gender combination. But I think this is talking about you taking this partnership with your voice. I really feel it strongly. It sort of adds up to me. And then the huntsman, who is card number 11. He's a lovely character as well. Justice, integrity. Yeah, take this choice. It's the right choice. Fair dealings, legal and ethical manners, truth and honour, giving and receiving respect. Your voice is what should come out. Encounters with the huntsman signifies that the balance of justice is in play. You must be careful to obey the laws of nature and humanity. Listen to your conscience as embodied by the huntsman and do the right thing. It says we know that you're conscious of how powerful you are, but it is the right choice to take. He can be called upon for help in righteous and just causes. He will tolerate neither deception nor deceit. What are your motives? Is your word to be trusted? He is assessing you, not condemning you yet. He defends everything in the forest. Look at him, he's wonderful. Everything trusts him. He is the justice card in the traditional pack, and it's saying that your voice is just and it's fair and it supports those around you, and it's the right thing for you to use it, to take this choice, to be in partnership with it. Let's have one little card from the Shining Tribe. Oh, they want to give us two. Let's see. We've got the Speaker of Rivers and the Speaker of Stones. How amazing when we're talking about storytelling, that they should turn up. They like this topic because they're, instead of kings and things, we have speakers. So Speaker of Stones, the little meaning is speaking from total conviction, persuading others through the power of one's certainty, fecundity, fertility in many aspects, wealth, artistic or intellectual accomplishments, societal recognition. I think you're going to be recognized for your ability to speak something into existence. Maybe you're a writer, but it feels like an oral tradition, and it definitely could be writing. It feels as if whatever you speak is very, very powerful. Total conviction is impossible, but it's not impossible, it's important. Your speech this is speech of the body in our deepest ways of knowing and communicating. And yet the mind is included as well, both in abstract signs all around her and the way the carvers created the human form in geometric shapes. The Speaker of Stones, with its connections to the earth and ancient origins, is the most powerful of the speakers. It speaks the absolute truth. How amazing. And then let's just look at the Speaker of Rivers. Oh my God, you can't make this up. I know people always say this, but this card is storytelling, imagination. So you've got the storyteller at the beginning, and now storytelling, imagination, the power to inspire or heal others, leadership with the implication of followers. So maybe you're starting a channel like this and you're going to have followers, but it's the story that's been unfolding in these cards all along. Your words are so important. Your imagination is so important. You've got this power to inspire and heal others through this. This is so beautiful. This is almost, well, it's my favorite reading I've done for a very long time. How absolutely gorgeous. I have to go somewhere, but I might do and extended on this. Let me see, because I'd love to delve deeper and read more about this and look at your storytelling, because it's the first time I've been inspired to say that, but I feel that this collective, whoever this is talking to, with the Mimosa and the Gemini, and whoever's turned up here, this is really important, what you've got here. I'm really, really moved by it. It's beautiful. Your words are really, really powerful. And let's just get a couple of little comments from, yeah, it's the end of one world for you with the 10 of Swords. The end of, you've got to give up on fighting this talent, is what I think. You know, you have to grasp it now. And a comment on the Chariot and the 7 of Swords. Well, we've got the 7 of Cups. So we have again, so you worry about this confusion. Again, the same card of the 7 of Cups that I was asking about. But there is so much power in your ability to wrestle with this storytelling, with this ability to make sense of these words. And sorry, there's so many cards down here, but I want to take them. So, and again, the Chariot that's also in those final 2 words, those cards, is saying, keep working on this storytelling, and it will bring you your mythic quest, and this sort of sense of enormous excitement. And then, you know, we've got the Queen of Wands here, we've got the 9 of Cups. This is sort of wish fulfillment, intense creativity, and it's the end of, with the 3 of Cups, which talks about absence, delay and separation. It's the end of being separated from this amazing gift. Grasp it, please. Whoever I'm reading for, you are amazing with your words. You're an amazing storyteller. You create worlds, literally. I think that we must delve into this, but we know that sound is literally generative of realities, and that stories shape people's perception and actions, and you have some magic. Please use it. Thank you. Come again. Bye.